In this tutorial, I would like to show you the new warp possibilities of Affinity Designer 2. I will start with a circle. I select the ellipse tool and hold down the Shift key by dragging the circle to a round shape. Over here, my layers has changed. I can see the new warp possibilities. I click on it and I select Mesh. Over here, I have now the possibilities to either choose another option, or what I will do in my case right now, I select these points and create a free shape. This point, for example, is too much. I would like to delete it by clicking the delete button. Move that point over here a bit. That point I would like to delete as well. I can also select these points, and you can see I can create, it's almost like a drop. I can create any free shape like that. If I would like to see how it looked before, I simply click on Mute Mesh. If I would like to reset it, I click on Reset. If I would like to choose a different option, I choose another option. In my case, I say Convert to Curves. When I now move over to my Node tool, I can see I have drawn right now a free shape without even using any kind of drawing tools. I created my free shape. I move it to the side. Then would like to show you something else. I choose my pen tool, click with my pen tool, then I hold down my Shift key and I click up here again. My stroke color is already black, which is fine, and the thickness of the stroke I go up to maybe 1 point. Move it a little bit up. Then I would like to duplicate that line, go under Edit, Duplicate, or I simply click Command J and move it down a bit. I like that distance. Now all I have to do is repeat Command J or Control J until my lines are filled up. To select all the lines, I simply click on Command A or select all, or I select the curves in my Layers panel. To deselect that object, I simply hold down the Shift key and deselect it. Now with all the lines selected, I click on Group, Layer Group. Now all my lines are selected and in one group. Then I draw again a circle. With the Shift key selected, the circle will be perfectly round. I select my group of lines and offer my group to my circle. You see, as soon as it's blue here, the lines move inside my circle. You can see it also when you move it back and forth. This has created a mask. Now when you open that, you can see here are my lines. Then I select my inside. With my lines selected, I go down here and I say again Warp Mesh. The same way as before, I can move those lines around and see what happens. With this method, you can create interesting patterns for logos, symbols, icons. You can mute the mesh, you can choose different mesh options, you can reset the mesh, and you can also convert it to curves. And I would like to show you something else. The warp option also works for text. I go inside my artistic text tool, click and drag, and type hello. The size and type font doesn't matter to me right now. I just would like to work as big as possible to show you the warp options in text. I go over here again, I select mesh. Now with text, I don't like the mesh personally, it's just a good starting point. I go over here and I maybe say bend vertical. Again, I get my warp possibilities, can go into any direction, any shape is possible. Again, it's non-destructive. Again, I can reset, I can mute the mesh, and I can also convert it to curves. As you see, the warp options in Affinity Designer 2 are endless. Have fun to try them out and see you again in the next tutorial.